This is my third January for this channel, and I thank everyone that's ever been to it and checked it out and gave it a chance. And especially special thanks to my subscribers. It's a small, humble channel, but I love you all. And with that said, New Year's Day is a globally celebrated holiday, marking the first day of the new year of the Gregorian calendar. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII reformed the calendar to create the Gregorian system we use today, solidifying January 1st as New Year's Day. The celebration of the New Year dates back over 4,000 years to ancient Babylon, where the first New Year was celebrated during a spring festival known as Akitu. The concept of January 1st as the start of the year was established in 45 BCE when Roman leader Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar. January was named after Janus, the Roman god of doors and beginnings, symbolizing looking back at the past and forward to the future. Hey, it's National Buffet Day, celebrated annually on January 2nd. Honors the delightful tradition of the all-you-can-eat buffet meals, a day dedicated to enjoying a wide variety of food at one's leisure. The earliest roots of the buffet can be found in Sweden and France during the 17th century. The French word buffet originally referred to a sideboard or piece of furniture used to display food. The Swedish smorgasbord, a traditional spread of cold and hot dishes, is considered a precursor to the modern buffet. The smorgasbord dates back to the 16th century and involved a variety of dishes being laid out for guests to help themselves. The French formalized the buffet concept during royal banquets in the 18th century. Guests would walk around the table and help themselves to food rather than being served at the table. In the 19th century, buffets were associated with royal courts and luxury hotels. Buffets were typically used in grand feasts and social events where guests would enjoy a variety of food and be able to serve themselves. The buffet breakfasts also emerged in the 19th century, where hotels began offering a more casual, self-serve style of breakfast for guests. This was a more practical approach, allowing people to eat on their own schedule, as opposed to a formal sit-down breakfast. The all-you-can-eat buffet began to take shape in the United States in the mid-20th century, particularly in hotels and resorts. In the 1940s and the 1950s, Las Vegas became the epicenter of the buffet revolution. Hotels like Caesar's Palace and the Mirage introduced lavish buffets with an extensive variety of food to cater to large numbers of visitors. The buffet concept flourished in the U.S. in the 1950s and 1960s as it became increasingly popular in restaurants, catering to both casual dining and lavish events. The buffet was an ideal option for serving large groups of people, such as at weddings, corporate events, and holiday celebrations. The modern buffet has evolved into many variations, such as buffet-style dining in restaurants, hotel breakfast buffets, cruise ship buffets, and holiday buffets at home or in other venues. Women Rock Day, celebrated annually on January 5th, is a day dedicated to honoring and celebrating the incredible achievements of women across all fields. This day's observance aligns with the growing movement to celebrate women's rights, equality, and accomplishments. The day aims to elevate the voices, achievements, and recognition of women who rock in every sense of the word. These are just a couple examples. Joan Jett, known as the Queen of Rock, was the first woman to have an album certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America for her album Bad Reputation. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2015 and is known for her groundbreaking influence on both gospel and pop music. Tina Turner, often called the Queen of Rock and Roll, rose to fame not only for her powerful voice but also for her incredible resilience, overcoming personal adversity to become one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. And I personally love women to death, so all for this day. Plus I'm single, so no harm in sucking up. Happy Women Rock Day. Rock on. Earth at perihelion occurs annually when Earth reaches its closest point to the Sun in its elliptical orbit, typically around January 3rd. This event is significant in astronomy because it marks the point in Earth's orbit when it is nearest to the Sun, although it does not directly influence the seasons or weather patterns on Earth. Perihelion is the point in the planet's orbit around the Sun where it is closest to the Sun. The term comes from the Greek word peri, meaning near, and helos, meaning sun. Earth's orbit around the Sun is elliptical, meaning it is not a perfect circle, but more of an oval shape. As a result, the distance between Earth and the Sun varies throughout the year. During perihelion, Earth is approximately 91.4 million miles from the Sun, which is about 3 million miles closer than the average distance of 93 million miles. Earth moves faster in its orbit when it is closer to the Sun due to gravitational forces. According to Kepler's law of planetary motion, the closer a planet is to the Sun, the faster it moves in its orbit.
I'd also like to take this chance to thank the screenwriters, not just the ones on Deadpool, but the ones everywhere. It's a hugely undervalued asset in Hollywood. They are the architects. They make us look good. Oftentimes their job is very hard. They're alone in rooms in their underwear, weeping softly, with their tears working as lube for their old-fashioned typewriter machines. So I accept this on the screenwriter's behalf as well. Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, they gave their last drop of blood to Deadpool. I love those guys. Thank you very much.
National Screenwriters Day is celebrated annually on January 5th to honor the creative minds behind movies, TV shows, and plays. While directors and actors often receive the spotlight, screenwriters play a crucial role in crafting the stories that entertain and inspire audiences worldwide. ScreenwritingU.com, the leading education source for screenwriters worldwide, founded National Screenwriters Day. Its purpose is to recognize the talents behind the scripts coming out of television and in the film world. Today is National Take a Poet to Lunch Day. It takes place on January 6th. That's what I say. The day honors poets and their contributions to culture and literature. I felt my back thigh this morning and had a bug bite that is quite miniature. The day encourages you to take a poet you know to lunch. I found another bug bite and then another. This is too much. Spark conversations about the beauty and power of word writing. Why are they so hostile and do all this biting? Share a good meal speaking of Frost and Dickens and all the rest. I can't believe those little bastards bit me. I will find their nest. Speak of Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou and all the poets we admire. I'm gonna find those little bastards' nests and set their asses on fire. We can discuss our love of introspective and innovative style. I see one of the bastards right now sneaking from under the bathroom tile. Yes, it's a day to celebrate poetry's power and flair. With my lighter and hairspray, I toast these pests with flamethrowers' glare. Yeah, this is going to go over like a bag of rocks. Distaff Day, traditionally observed on January 7th, marks the return of women to their domestic tasks after the Christmas holiday season. The day is named after distaff, a tool used in spinning wool or flax into thread. While the day originated in Europe and has historical roots, it's now recognized as a symbol of celebration of spinning, weaving, and other fiber arts. In medieval and early modern Europe, spinning was a crucial part of daily life, especially for women. The distaff, a long stick holding unspun fibers, became a symbol of women's work. After the 12-day Christmas celebration ending with Epiphany on January 6th, women traditionally resume their spinning and household duties on January 7th. The day coincides with St. Distaff's Day in some regions. Though the saint is more symbolic than historical, the name humorously recognizes the tools and tasks associated with women. Men would often prank women returning to work by setting their flax on fire, and women would retaliate with buckets of water, turning the day into a playful community event. National Snuggle a Chicken Day is celebrated on January 8th. It's a delightful and unique holiday that encourages people to show love and appreciation to chickens. I'm not going to lie to you here, I was at a loss on how to cover this day, and that rarely happens, so let's stick to the old standard and give you some facts about chickens. Chickens were domesticated over 8,000 years ago, originating from wild jungle fowl in Southeast Asia. There are more than 25 billion chickens worldwide, making them the most populous bird species on Earth. On average, a hen can lay 260 to 280 eggs per year, although this varies by breed and environment. A healthy chicken can live 5 to 10 years, with sub-breeds living even longer. Chickens are intelligent animals that can recognize up to 100 individual faces. Now, how do they know that? Including humans and other chickens. They use more than 30 distinctive vocalizations to communicate things like danger, food, discovery, or social status. Chickens experience REM sleep, meaning they dream just like humans. National Word Nerd Day, celebrated annually on January 9th, is a day dedicated to the love of language, words, and all things literary. It's an observation for logophiles, those are word lovers, and linguophiles, language enthusiasts, to revel in their passion for vocabulary, grammar, etymology, and the beauty of written and spoken communication. I threw in the search words for nerds into ChatGPT, and here's what I got back. First off, this is the longest word in the dictionary, and there's no way that I'm even going to attempt to pronounce it. What it means is a lung disease caused by inhaling silica dust. Agog, very eager or curious to hear or see something. Flumox, to confuse or perplex. Petrichor, the pleasant earthy smell after rain. I think I've heard of that one before. Limerence, the state of being infatuated with someone. Demonstration, the act of throwing someone or something out of a window. I know some of those people that I like to throw out a window. Alright, I had such a fun time doing the first video, I'm going to do a second video. So let's get going. Serendipity, heard that one before. The occurrence of happy or beneficial events. Quixotic. Foolishly idealistic or impractical. Syzygy, the alignment of three celestial bodies in a straight line. Somnambulist, a person who sleepwalks. Insomnia, that makes sense. Titinabulation, the ringing or tingling of bells. Snollygoster, a shrewd or unprincipled person, especially in politics. Gobbledygook, that's an old one. Language that is meaningless or hard to understand. Jargon. Hobnob, that's to socialize, that's an easy one. Etymology, the study of the origin of words and how their meanings have evolved. Squadpedalian, given to using long words or a long word itself. Orthography, the conventional spelling system of a language. Household Plant Appreciation Day is celebrated annually on January 10th and serves as a reminder to show love and gratitude for the green companions in our homes and in offices. This day was created to rekindle people's interest in their indoor plants, especially after the holiday season when decorations may have taken center stage. National Household Plant Appreciation Day was established in 2012 by the Gardeners Network, turning it into an official opportunity to remind people of the benefits of household plants. Often with the holiday season fading into the past, people's homes tend to lose some of their beauty and joy. A couple factoids about household plants. The snake plant is nearly indestructible and one of the best plants for air purification. Pothos, P-O-T-H-O-S, is known as the cubicle plant because it thrives in low light and requires minimum care. The peace lily was featured in NASA's Clean Air study for its ability to remove toxins from the air. The fiddle leaf fig has become an Instagram favorite due to its striking leaves and modern aesthetic. Vision Board Day is celebrated on the second Saturday of January, which makes that January 11th for 2025. The day offers the perfect opportunity to focus on your dreams, set intentions, and visualize the year ahead. It's a day to engage your creativity and manifest your goals by creating a physical or digital vision board that represents your aspirations and desires. It gives you a good reminder. A vision board is a collection of images, quotes, words, and other visual elements that represent your goals and dreams. It's a powerful tool for visualization and motivation, acting as a daily reminder of what you're striving for. Vision boards can be tailored to any area of your life, such as career aspirations, personal growth, health and fitness, relationships, travel and adventure, and financial goals. However you see yourself, or see your dreams, goals, or aspirations, I have nothing but hopes and prayers that you succeed in reaching them. Mine is to grow this channel in 2025, so please, if you could, please subscribe. National Pharmacist Day is observed annually on January 12th to honor the invaluable contributions pharmacists make to healthcare and the well-being of their communities. This day is a time to recognize their expertise, dedication, and role as essential healthcare providers. The earliest records of pharmacy date back to the ancient Mesopotamia, where Sumerians documented medical practices on clay tablets. These texts included remedies made from plants, minerals, and animal products. The Ebers Papyrus is one of the oldest known medical texts, listing hundreds of herbal remedies and prescriptions. Egyptian priests often served as both physicians and pharmacists. By the 16th century, pharmacy began to separate from medicine as a distinct field. Pharmacists started receiving formal training and were often licensed by local governments or guilds. The rise of alchemy paved the way for early chemistry. Paracelsus, who lived from 1493 to 1541, emphasized the use of chemicals in medicine, shifting focus from herbal remedies to mineral-based treatments. The development of manufacturing techniques allowed for mass production of medicines. Companies like Merck, founded in 1668 but expanded in the 19th century, and Bayer, founded in 1863, revolutionized drug production. The discovery of synthetic compounds transformed pharmacy. Aspirin was synthesized by Bayer in 1899. Insulin was discovered in 1921, revolutionizing diabetes treatment. Pharmacy schools were established to provide formal education. The first U.S. pharmacy school, the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy, was founded in 1821. The discovery of penicillin in 1928 by Alexander Fleming marked the antibiotic revolution. Vaccines like the polio vaccine, developed in 1955, saved millions of lives. Pharmacists are now integral members of the healthcare team, providing patient care beyond dispensing medications. Now, automated systems and AI are streamlining drug distribution and patient counseling, and personalized medicine, including genetic-based treatments, is on the rise. Peach Melba Day is celebrated on January 13th each year, honoring the classic dessert that combines peaches, raspberry sauce, and vanilla ice cream. This dessert was created by French chef Auguste Escoffier as a tribute to the Australian opera singer Nellie Melba. Around 1892-1893, Nellie Melba was performing at the Covent Garden in London. She became a close friend of Escoffier, who was the head chef at the Savoy Hotel at the time. To celebrate her artistry, he decided to craft a special dessert. The dessert was originally presented during the dinner hosted by the Duke of Orleans. Escoffier served poached peaches resting on a bed of vanilla ice cream, all presented in an elaborate swan-shaped ice sculpture. The swan was inspired by a prop used in Wagner's opera Lohengrin, in which a swan plays a central role. A few years later, Escoffier simplified the dish and added a topping of sweet raspberry puree. This updated version of the dessert is the one we recognize today as Peach Melba. Organize Your Home Day is observed annually on January 14th, serving as a reminder to declutter, tidy up, and create a more organized and efficient living space. This day is perfect for setting aside time to tackle messes, refresh your surroundings, and start the year with a clean slate. I wasn't really sure how to tackle today's observance without sounding like John Tesh. We tell you how much organization would lower your stress levels and to set goals. I wish I could do a John Tesh impression and read something from some woman's magazine. You have to love that John Tesh. Instead, I decided just to shoot the shit for a minute while I show pictures of organization examples. I thought I would take the time to thank everyone who has supported the channel, or just the casual viewer. Sorry I didn't have much to say on this one. There's not exactly a history of organization. I would assume that it's been happening since man and woman began. I suppose I could say it goes back to Mayan times or something like that. Hey, look at that! A minute has gone by already. Have a good day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Pothole Day is observed on January 15th to raise awareness about the issues caused by potholes on roads and to encourage efforts to repair and maintain infrastructure. Potholes are a common problem in many regions, forming due to weather conditions, traffic wear, and the natural breakdown of road materials. Potholes cost U.S. drivers an estimated $3 billion annually in vehicle repairs. Some towns host pothole repair blitzes, mobilizing repair crews to fix roads in a single day. The cause: water fluctuations. Water seeps into cracks in the road, freezes and expands during cold weather, causing the pavement to break apart. Traffic stress: repeated pressure from vehicles weakens the road's surface over time. Now, I'm from Rochester, New York, and we often get some pretty good winters here. We have a saying that there are 4 seasons in Rochester: fall, winter, spring, and construction, as during the summer there's always road work. Potholes are abundant around here, and you have to be a stunt driver to maneuver around them. Not much you can do beyond being mindful and do the best to miss them. Appreciate a Dragon Day is celebrated annually on January 16th to honor the cultural, mythological, and literary significance of dragons. Created by author Donita K. Paul as part of promoting her Dragon Keeper Chronicles series, the day encourages fans of these legendary creatures to explore their stories, symbolism, and impact across various traditions. It can be theorized that early humans may have interpreted natural phenomena like lightning, volcano eruptions, or unexplained sounds as signs of dragons. The discovery of large mysterious bones may have inspired early dragon myths. For instance, in China, dinosaur bones were often thought to belong to dragons. Large reptiles such as pythons, crocodiles, and Komodo dragons likely contributed to the imagery of dragons as serpentine creatures. Dragons appear in many cultures, even those that had no contact with one another, suggesting that their mythology arose independently due to universal human fears and awe of the unknown. Bootleggers Day is celebrated on January 17th each year, marking the anniversary of the creation of Templeton Rye whiskey, a popular spirit during the Prohibition era in the United States. The day honors the legacy of bootleggers, those who illegally manufactured, transported, and sold alcohol during Prohibition from 1920 to 1933, and the enduring appeal of whiskey and other spirits. The roots of Prohibition lie in the temperance movement, which sought to curb alcohol consumption due to its perceived moral and societal harms. Ratified in 1919, the 18th Amendment prohibited manufacture, sale, and transportation of intoxicating liquors in the U.S. Officially called the National Prohibition Act, it defined intoxicating liquors as beverages containing more than 0.5% alcohol. This act did not come without consequences. Illegal bars called speakeasies flourished, often hidden behind secret entrances and requiring passwords. Gangsters like Al Capone and Lucky Luciano and others profited immensely from the illegal alcohol trade, leading to violent turf wars. Bootleggers smuggled alcohol from Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Homemade spirits known as moonshine were created, and they were often dangerous, causing illness or death. Prohibition devastated industries tied to alcohol production, such as breweries and distilleries, causing job losses. The government lost significant tax revenue from alcohol sales, worsening the economic challenges of the Great Depression. Prohibition was intended to reduce crime and improve societal health, but had the opposite effect, fueling organized crime and public defiance. In 1933, the 21st Amendment repealed the 18th Amendment, officially ending Prohibition on December 5th of 1933, marked the first and only time a constitutional amendment was repealed. It remains a cautionary tale about unintended consequences and the complexities of legislating morality. Proving that there's a day for everything, National Peking Duck Day is celebrated annually on January 18th to honor the rich history and exquisite flavor of one of China's most famous culinary treasures, Peking duck. This day provides an opportunity to indulge in the dish and learn about its cultural and historical significance. Peking duck is a traditional Chinese dish that originated in Beijing and that was formerly Peking. Known for its crispy golden brown skin and tender meat, the dish has been a symbol of luxury and celebration for centuries. It's typically served with thin pancakes, Hoisin sauce, and slivers of scallions and cucumbers. The dish dates back to Yuan Dynasty, where it was a delicacy enjoyed by the imperial court. The fall of the Yuan Dynasty in 1368 brought about many changes in China and paved the way for the rise of the Ming Dynasty. By this time, the recipe took on the name Peking duck, named for the capital of China. The recipe was refined in Beijing and became a signature dish of the region. Tin Can Day is celebrated annually on January 19th and is a day to recognize the humble yet transformative invention of the tin can. This observance honors the role the tin cans have played in food preservation, storage, and transportation since their invention over 2 centuries ago. In 1810, Peter Durand, a British inventor, received a patent for using tin-plated iron containers as an alternative to glass jars. This innovation made food storage more durable and practical for transport. In 1813, the first commercial canning factory was established in London by Brian Duncan and John Hall using Durand's patented process. These early cans were handmade and required soldering, making them expensive and slow to produce. In 1846, Henry Evans invented a machine that could produce cans at a faster rate, increasing efficiency. In 1858, the first can opener was invented by Ezra J. Warner, as early tin cans were too thick to open easily without tools. In 1901, the American Can Company was founded, streamlining tin can production on an industrial scale. Cheese Lovers Day is celebrated annually on January 20th and is a special day dedicated to appreciating all things cheese. Cheese making likely began soon after humans domesticated animals like sheep and goats. The discovery may have been accidental when milk stored in animal stomachs curdled due to the natural enzymes present in the lining. Early evidence of cheese production appears in ancient Sumerian writings and artifacts, including depictions of milk curdling and cheese making. In Egypt, cheese was depicted in two murals, with evidence suggesting that Egyptians made soft cheese stored in clay jars. During the Middle Ages, monasteries became hubs of cheese innovation, particularly in France, Switzerland, and Italy. Monks developed classic cheeses like Roquefort, Brie, and Parmesan. Cheese is now produced on every continent with over 1,800 varieties globally. Countries like France, Italy, Switzerland, and Greece are renowned for their traditional cheeses, while the U.S. leads in industrial cheese production. International Sweatpants Day is celebrated annually on January 21st as a lighthearted day to embrace comfort. The founder of French sportswear brand Le Coq Sportif created the first pair of sweatpants in the 1920s. These gray, loose-fitting trousers were made of knitted jersey fabric designed to absorb sweat during exercise, hence the name. Sweatpants. Initially designed for athletes, they provided mobility, breathability, and comfort during physical activities. As organized sports and physical fitness grew in popularity in the mid-20th century, sweatpants became essential for warm-ups, training, and casual athletic wear. In the 1960s and the 1970s, sweatpants gained popularity among students for their practicality and relaxed fit, becoming a staple in casual campus fashion. The 1980s saw the rise of the fitness culture, with aerobic workouts and gym membership becoming mainstream. Sweatpants, along with tracksuits, became symbols of an active lifestyle. Answer Your Cat's Question Day is observed annually on January 22nd and is a playful celebration dedicated to imagining and addressing the mysterious thoughts and queries your feline friend might have. This whimsical day encourages cat owners to deepen their bond with their pets by engaging in some lighthearted conversations. Cats are famously curious creatures, often observing humans with quizzical looks or engaging in behaviors that seem to ask, "What are you doing?" This day is all about giving them a voice and imagining what questions they might ask. Why don't you empty my litter box? Why do you sit in front of that glowing box all day? Why can't I go outside whenever I want? Why do you keep moving me off the counter? It's my favorite spot. Why don't you understand me when I meow at 3 a.m.? Why can't I have more tender victuals? Answer your cat's questions. Answer them now. They need answers, damn it.
National Rhubarb Pie Day is celebrated annually on January 23rd, honoring the classic dessert that features the tart and tangy flavor of rhubarb. This day is a great opportunity for pie lovers to appreciate the unique taste of this unappreciated plant. Rhubarb is a vegetable often treated as a fruit in cooking due to its sour taste, which pairs wonderfully with sugar in pies and other desserts. Its vibrant red stalks are the edible part, while its leaves are toxic and should be avoided. Rhubarb originates in Asia, particularly in regions like China and Tibet. It was primarily grown for its medicinal use, such as treating digestive issues. Rhubarb began to be used as a culinary ingredient in Britain and Northern Europe during the 1700s. This shift coincided with the increased availability of affordable sugar, which counterbalanced rhubarb's natural tart flavor. By the 19th century, rhubarb was commonly referred to as the pie plant in the United States because of its primary use in pies. Macintosh Computer Day is celebrated on January 24th each year, marking the anniversary of the introduction of the original Apple Macintosh computer in 1984. This day honors the groundbreaking innovation and cultural impact of the Macintosh, which revolutionized personal computing with its user-friendly design and graphical interface. Steve Jobs famously introduced the Macintosh during a presentation that showcased its capabilities, including the first widespread use of a graphical user interface and controlled by a mouse, revolutionizing how users interact with computers. The compact design, a complete system with a built-in 9-inch monitor and a floppy disk drive, and applications including groundbreaking software. The launch was preceded by the now legendary 1984 Super Bowl ad directed by Ridley Scott, which emphasized the Macintosh as a tool of liberation from conformity. The Macintosh transformed personal computing by making it more intuitive and visually oriented, paving the way for future innovations in design and technology. Fluoride Day is observed annually on January 25th to raise awareness about the importance of fluoride in promoting dental health. Fluoride is a naturally occurring mineral that has been scientifically proven to help prevent tooth decay and strengthen enamel, making it a cornerstone of oral hygiene practices. The 1800s, fluoride is identified as a natural occurring mineral in rocks, soil, and water. However, its connection to dental health was not yet known. 1901, Dr. Frederick McKay, a dentist in Colorado Springs, observed that many locals had brown stains on their teeth, but also remarkable resistance to cavities. This condition became known as the Colorado brown stain, later identified as dental fluorosis. 1930s, Dr. H. Trendley Dean, a researcher for the U.S. Public Health Service, studied communities with high natural fluoride levels in water. He confirmed that fluoride reduced tooth decay when present in low concentrations, but caused fluorosis at higher levels. In 1938, the 1940s, Dean developed the concept of an optimal fluoride level in drinking water to maximize dental benefits while minimizing fluorosis. 1945, Grand Rapids, Michigan became the first city in the world to implement water fluoridation as a public health measure. Over 15 years, studies showed a significant decline in tooth decay rates among children. From the 1950s to the 1960s, the practice of fluoridating community water supplies spread globally, supported by endorsements from major health organizations, including the World Health Organization and the American Dental Association. 1955, the first fluoride toothpaste, Crest, was introduced by Procter & Gamble, revolutionizing personal dental care. By the 1970s, fluoride toothpaste became the standard worldwide. Global use today. About 25 countries fluoridate their public water supplies, benefiting millions of people. Additionally, fluoride treatments, supplements, and varnishes are widely used by dentists.
Mothers do a lot of nice things their families never notice.
How can a big bird get through that little hole you're making?
'Cause their wings fold up.
Well, how are they going to find out about the neat house?
Well, we'll put an ad in the paper.
That's funny.
National Peanut Brittle Day is celebrated annually on January 26th, honoring one of the oldest and most beloved candy treats, peanut brittle. This crunchy caramelized confection has been enjoyed for generations and remains a popular snack for sweet-tooth enthusiasts. Peanut brittle is a hard candy made by boiling sugar, water, and sometimes corn syrup, then mixing in butter, vanilla, and roasted peanuts. Once the mixture is cooked and poured out to cool, it hardens into a thin, glassy sheet that is broken into pieces for serving. Peanut brittle became a popular candy in the United States during the 1800s, coinciding with the growth of peanut farming in the South. The abundance of peanuts made them an affordable ingredient for candies. International Holocaust Remembrance Day is observed annually on January 27th to honor the memory of the 6 million Jews and millions of others who were persecuted and murdered by the Nazis during the Holocaust. The date marks the anniversary of the liberation of the Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration and extermination camp by Soviet troops on January 27th of 1945. In 2005, the United Nations General Assembly designated January 27th as International Holocaust Remembrance Day to ensure the horrors of the Holocaust are never forgotten. Between 1941 and 1945, Nazi Germany orchestrated the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, along with Romanian people, disabled individuals, political prisoners, LGBT plus communities, individuals, and other minority groups. International Holocaust Remembrance Day emphasizes remembrance, education, and action against hatred, discrimination, and anti-Semitism. Christy McAuliffe Day is observed annually on January 28th to honor the life and legacy of a teacher and astronaut who tragically lost her life in the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster on January 28th of 1986. McAuliffe was chosen as the first civilian and teacher in space, representing educators and inspiring countless individuals to dream big and value education. She's a high school studies teacher from Concord, New Hampshire. In 1985, McAuliffe was selected from more than 11,000 applicants for NASA's Teacher in Space project. She was to teach lessons from space on board the STS-51L Challenger mission, bringing the wonder of space exploration into classrooms. On January 28th of 1986, the Challenger space shuttle exploded seconds after liftoff due to mechanical failure, killing all 7 crew members, including Krista McAuliffe. The disaster shocked the world, but also highlighted the courage and dedication of those who strive to push the boundaries of exploration. Seeing Eye Guide Dog Anniversary celebrates the remarkable contributions of guide dogs in assisting visually impaired individuals. This day marks the anniversary of the founding of the Seeing Eye, the first guide dog training school in the United States, established on January 29th of 1929. In the 1920s, German doctors began training dogs to assist soldiers who had lost their sight during World War I. Dorothy Harrison Eustace, an American dog trainer, learned about guide dog training in Germany and decided to bring the concept to the U.S. She partnered with a Morris Frank, a blind man who became the first American to be paired with a trained guide dog. Together, they founded the Seeing Eye in Morristown, New Jersey, the first U.S. guide dog school. Following the success of the Seeing Eye, similar guide dog training programs were established globally, changing the lives of visually impaired individuals. The Seeing Eye Guide Dog Anniversary is a day to celebrate the incredible bond between guide dogs and their handlers, recognizing their role in promoting independence, mobility, and companionship. January 30th is the time. Yodel for Your Neighbors Day is a fun and unique celebration that encourages people to share the joy of yodeling with their community. Whether you're a seasoned yodeler or a complete beginner, this day is all about embracing the tradition and having a good time. Yodeling is a style of singing that involves rapidly alternating between low and high vocal registers, producing a distinctive echoing sound. It originated in the alpine regions of Europe, where shepherds used it to communicate across mountains. Over time, it spread to other cultures and influenced musical genres like country and folk music. Scotch Tape Day celebrates the invention and impact of one of the most versatile office and household tools, Scotch tape. Observed on January 31st, this day marks the introduction of transparent adhesive tape by Richard Gurley Drew in the early 1930s. The invention revolutionized packaging, crafting, and repairs. In 1925, Richard Gurley Drew, an engineer at 3M, first developed masking tape to help auto painters achieve clean lines. In 1930, he created cellophane tape designed to seal cellophane-wrapped food products. By 1932, 3M introduced the first ever roll of Scotch tape, quickly becoming a household necessity. During World War II, Scotch tape was rationed because of its crucial role in wartime production. It has been used to remove splinters and even to develop fingerprint technology. The static charge created by unrolling Scotch tape in a vacuum can produce X-rays. Scotch Brand introduced the first ever tape dispenser with a built-in cutter in 1939.